Max got a visit from me, so he was happy as well.
Yeah, it does. Hi, welcome to Chill with Sweaty AF, and we have Annette with us, who's a friend of ours. Annette, do you want to intro yourself? Or to us?
I teach yoga. I'm very into well-being. I don't know any of these products that much, so I'm excited to learn more. I live in the south of France. Just moved there 1.5 years ago, and I really love being by the sea and having the sun, and into having a calm nervous system, even though it doesn't always happen. And really into actually really into falling in love with life.
Yeah.
And
I love
feeling
that.
alive.
But it's your journey with like cold water that we thought would be a really cool thing.
Yes,
Cool,
yes,
excuse the
very
pun.
cool, I heard that. Yes.
To talk about as part of this series that we're
Yes,
doing with
yes,
Brass Monkey,
yes,
which is
yes.
Chill with Sweaty AF, where we're obviously getting guests to come back and have a dip in Betty, our beautiful Brass Monkey ice bath. So would you talk to us about when you first started cold therapy?
Yes.
And like how that journey has evolved?
Yes, so I think it was actually December 2020, I think.
Okay.
With my son gave me the Wim Hof book for Christmas, Iceman book.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, oh, why not? Because there was like a program inside, like first week you do 30 seconds cold shower,
Yeah.
and then you go to 1 minute the second week, 1.5 the third week, and 2 minutes the last week, and then you continue with 2.
Yeah.
And it was exciting because it was like a program I just had to follow without thinking, or I could just do it. And I was excited to start like on a Sunday, not wait to the Monday, or like do my thing. And I had a nice bathroom at the time because I just renovated the house.
Yeah.
So it was like this is my space to sort of change something in my life as well. Actually, I liked to make a change, just to experience something new.
Yeah.
So that was exciting too. But I go into the sea nearly every day. And I also, when I shower, afterwards I shower normal temperature, and then I take cold on again. Because I feel so much better now with the cold.
Yeah.
I need that sort of...
You need that kind of kickstart. It's really hard to describe, isn't it?
Yes.
We were trying yesterday to explain to another friend. It's just the buzz that you get, and it's all the endorphins flying around, the dopamine, and it's very hard to describe. And why you couldn't go back. So we could not do cold therapy. And if there are times when we've had a couple of days where we've not been able to get full, some full cold therapy, it affects you, doesn't it? It's very difficult to describe, but the feeling I get is it's a buzz. That's how I can kind of describe it.
Because I at the time I wrote a lot of blog articles, and I wrote one about what does these cold showers do for me, and so I stepped out of the cold shower one day and said, what do I really feel? Because it's hard sometimes to know what you're feeling if you're not into taking time to notice what you're feeling. And I think I wrote that I was feeling new, alive, and not bored. It was like I was thinking, can I write not bored? It doesn't sound positive, but it was what I felt like. I'm not bored.
I think that's how I feel. I always say like I've got energy, but it's not necessarily like I want to run around like crazy busy. I just feel like I'm open to the day rather than being
very
like that. I just feel, if I could put it into a visualization, it would be I feel like open again, like ready to accept what's coming and
ready for the day. I mean, we typically do it together every morning, and then typically we work together. We're cold dipping in our amazing Betty.
That's more, yes.
Well, you'll see, it's amazing. But and then we have a full day of meetings or work to do, and it just sends you into the day with this amazing boost.
But it was interesting when we were, maybe just before we were making coffee, you mentioned that you don't necessarily do cold water every day. It's something that you do maybe less than you used to.
Yes.
And we've talked to other people about the fact that you kind of need to balance that. So you know, obviously it's a positive stressor, but you don't want it to be so overwhelming to feel like I have to do it every day. We do it every day because we love it.
Yes.
But how do you deal with that balance of, I don't need to do it every day, I'll do it when I feel like I want to?
Yes. So when I came to south of France, so this nearly 1.5 years ago, I decided as soon as I'm there, I'm going to go every day.
Yeah.
So it was like a decision I made for me.
Yeah.
So it was without thinking in a way. I mean, this is what I do. So I would go in rain. I would find a place where there was wavy one place. I would go where there was flat water another place, just to have done it. As like a tick.
Yes.
So I decided. And then after a bit over a year, I was thinking, oh, I've done it every day now. I don't need to exaggerate.
Yeah.
But I still love it.
Yeah.
So and also I like to not to be aware that I don't need to think too much about. Like you said, I don't really. I mean, I don't want the discussion in my head. If I'm going, I'm just going.
Yeah. See, Dan said that, didn't he? When we had Dan from Brass Monkey on, he was like, some days you just don't feel like it. So he'll get out of bed and just walk towards it and do it.
Oh, that's very
But there are days that we don't want to do it. And those are the days that you've got to go in quickly, I think. Otherwise you can sit there and procrastinate.
I've thought, actually, I don't want to do it today, and I'm not going to.
Yes, and a lot of compassion to yourself.
Yeah, and I'm not going to feel bad about the fact that I haven't done it today. I've just made a decision for myself. I don't want to do it today.
Yes.
And that might be for a multitude of different reasons, but that's okay as well.
Yes.
And I think that's a narrative that we need to explore a little bit as well, because when you look at people, particularly on social media, every day, I'm doing this, 2 degrees, 5 minutes, and actually become a bit more intuitive about when I want to do it, how long I want to do it for, and what makes me feel good, because that's when you'll get the benefit from it.
I mean, you're putting stress on purpose on the body.
Yeah.
And one of these men, he said to me, he had been to the doctor for something else, and the doctor had said, maybe you don't need to stay that long in the water.
Yeah.
And I had told him that before, because it's a big stress.
Yeah.
And maybe it turns up or goes too far in a way.
Yeah.
Well, if you get to the point where you're shivering, then you need to get out.
Yeah,
That's
so
when you need to listen.
That, if he had one has like a sports person that told him that if you shiver after 1 hour later, then it's too much.
You went
but
too
the
far.
First hour is okay. I was thinking, an hour of shivering is a lot.
Some days. Some days.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. I am intuitive. We do kind of know how long to stay in for ourselves, I think, already, and I've never stayed too long. But I do shiver. But you should get the cold rush throughout the day, and I love that when I'll be walking along 3-4 hours later, and suddenly my blood feels cold.
Oh, really?
But yeah, I like that, and because I feel the clarity that comes with the cognitive benefits.
Yes.
Like for sure, as soon as we've done that, I feel ready for the day more than I do. And we've done cryo, we've done cold showers. This brings me something different. Cryo's great, but I get something very different.
Exciting too.
Yeah.
Yes, because we met through the cryo. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
And I think there's something about this as well, because this bath has the ice in it, so it forms its own ice. And I think there's something, it's like another sensory element.
So I went into this ice hole in Norway recently.
Yeah, we saw that.
Saw
And the
that.
ice was
That
so
looks
thick.
amazing.
Oh God.
So that just worries me that you'd like disappear
Underneath.
you know.
Yes, but I didn't. I couldn't think about that actually.
Did you just hold the ladder the whole way down?
Yes, and I had gloves on because it was cold, and the ladder is metal, so I just not to freeze. And then, but I went into under my shoulders.
Yeah.
And then my sister was there, and someone else had just been into the hole, so it was okay. But what it was a new experience to me, because I recognized when the body I recognized the cold, I recognized the feeling of the cold.
Yes.
But then there were like ice cubes around, and the sound was so beautiful.
Yeah.
It was like music, like cling, because it's so close to the ears.
Yes.
And I didn't know about that, because you don't hear it. I think if you're not in the water there.
Yeah,
And I was thinking,
It's just
I'm
so
going,
much
I'm
to
going
be-
to like fairyland. I'm going to disappear. And it's like,
Yeah.
Don't do that in a hole in the in the lake.
But I think that's quite an important point as well, actually, is the safety around cold water
Yes.
therapy. And like,
Yes.
if you are going to go out and do it in open water or in the wild, like always do it with somebody.
Yes.
And not that everybody has the luxury of that. We've become quite used to doing it together. So Joe was recently in Mauritius, and I really struggled. I did come.
Yeah,
I
because
came.
yes,
I
so-
came
yes.
not as much as I should have, because it just doesn't
an
work without. It doesn't work
We did the
without
whole
Joey.
thing together.
It's
Yes.
just a
Yes.
team thing for us, and
Yes.
you know, we kind of help each other through it as well. Because last week I had days where I was actually on. I was I was menstruating, and I just couldn't. I just could not.
No.
I just couldn't want to do it.
Yeah, but that's fine. And that goes to back what we were saying earlier. It's like some days, for whatever reason, whether
Yes.
physiological or emotional, you don't want to do it. And
Yes.
and I think that's a really good thing to think about and to
Yes.
accept.
Yes.
So what benefits do you think you specifically feel from doing your cold therapy?
So when I go to see that,
Yeah.
it's like aliveness,
Yeah.
excitement for the day.
Aliveness. That's like the best way to describe it. So I'm trying to think of words to describe it.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
brilliant one. Aliveness.
It's like because people are, when you're alive, you're good
Yeah.
and you are present as well.
Yeah.
It's I wake up, I walk my dog, and maybe I not always feel like, well, yeah, you know, and I see the water, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to go in it,
Yeah.
and then I just know I will do it because that will make me feel so good, and I'm excited already.
Yeah.
So it just starts that way, and
So you feel ready to go for a dip?
okay,
And
yes.
Betty? Yeah. What's the coldest? Well, I guess up in Norway it was.
Yes, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was like 3 or something.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
What did she set at today? 0.
I think she's set at 0.5 degree.
Okay.
Oh my god.
We sit on there, take a few breaths, get ready, and then hop in.
Good morning in Wimbledon.
Yeah.
It's totally normal.
The sun though, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's
it really
gorgeous.
changes the feeling, I think, when the sun is
The
out.
sun
does.
is heating me now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. And if you... Oh, brilliant. There you go. Expert. Shoulders are straight in.
No.
Oh god, I got like a little cold kick.
Yeah. Good idea to keep your hands out. I keep
I
my
don't think I
hands
will
out.
wait till my body starts heating.
No.
The brown fat activation thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye bye cold water.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Oh, amazing.
Wow.
Let me put
Thank
this
you
back
for the
on so then.
Thank you for the experience. Okay.
I'm glad you loved it. Well, come back inside and warm up. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling very excited for having done it.
Yeah.
To try, so thank you very much for that.
No.
Yeah, I feel great.
You feel
I
you're
feel so that-
smiling so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
When you got out, it was just such a genuine reaction of like, woo! Like,
Yes, because it is a little achievement.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what I like too with this cold. That I also tell people when they try it the first time when they in the sea with me.
Yeah.
It's like you already won something today.
Yeah.
You know, however, if you stay like if you just go in and out, whatever,
Yeah.
you have already won something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
It's
it's
true.
like a win.
Yeah, exactly.
So you are.
yeah, it's true.
You are showing up for you.
Yeah.
And if you do it in the morning, it's your first kind of win of the day, isn't it? And
Yes.
it sets you up for the rest of the day. You are more productive, I think.
So I grew up. I was little. One of my kidneys didn't work, so they had to remove it.
Yeah.
So I was told I always had to be careful not to be cold. So when I started with the cold showers, it was like I met my
Yeah.
I went towards the fear in a way,
Yeah.
or towards was something I wasn't supposed to do, you know,
Yeah.
or what was not safe for me.
Testing the boundaries.
And I also used to wear more clothes than everybody else in a way. Also,
Yeah.
I mean, a few years ago, I would have much more on in a way.
Yeah.
And then I realized spring a couple of years ago here, I was walking outside, I had a t-shirt on.
Yeah.
I was thinking, why is everybody wearing jackets? And why am I
So
fine?
You do that.
Why am I fine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me, who
Yeah.
not actually is good with cold.
Yeah.
But I think you become, and I say this and I get absolutely ripped to pieces from my friends for saying this, I think you become cold adapted. And your body is able to deal with the colds.
Yes.
And you don't feel the cold as much. And I think actually when you look to children, it is the parents who are saying, put a jumper on, it's cold outside, put a coat on, it's cold outside. And they will fight back and say, no, I'm not cold, I don't need, and you're like, oh my, you hear the grandparents saying, oh, I look cold just looking at you. And actually, they are managing their body temperature probably better than we are. And we almost, yes, exactly. They have more brown fat. And it's like, and we almost dysregulate ourselves by layering up so much.
Yes.
And then, and then you're freezing all the time. Whereas actually I noticed similar this last year, I wasn't wearing as many layers and as like a bigger coat as I used to.
Yeah.
Forming new neural pathways with the kind of resilience and doing things that you don't want to do.
Yes.
You'd become stronger mentally as well. Yeah. It's just benefits all round, isn't it? Amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming and giving Betty a go.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me, and super nice to see you, and try Betty. Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Bye.
Bye.